Good morning, student. So today we are going to start the fourth lesson of SST, that is the Northern Mountains and the Northern Plains. In the previous lesson we saw the exact location of our country India on the world map, and with this the political divisions and the physical divisions of India. Now in this lesson we are going to see deep knowledge about the physical divisions of India, that is the Northern Mountains and the Northern Plains. So with this we will see in this lesson about what are mountains like, about the three parallel ranges of the Himalayas, about the importance of Himalayas, about the life in the Himalayas, and about the northern plains of India. Understood? So the first activity is given. Have you ever been to a hill station? Write yes or no for the questions given below. Did you see mountains and valleys? Yes. Did the mountain roads give you a roller coaster ride? Did you see snow-capped peaks? Were the trees over there very tall and erect? Did you notice how the elevation of the land increased gradually as you moved closer to your destination? Okay, so if you saw these all things, write yes. If it is not, write no. Now let us see the northern mountains. Mountains are areas of land that have risen high above the surrounding areas. Understood? Mountains are areas of land that have risen high above the surrounding areas. Temperature falls with increase in height. It means as the height increase, the temperature become down. Therefore, mountainous regions have a cool climate. In case of very high mountains, peaks remain covered with snow around the year. The northern boundary of the country is covered by mountains. They are known as the Northern Mountains. They include the Himalayas, Karakoram, and some hill ranges in the northeast. It means, first of all, what is meant by mountain? Mountain is the area of the land which have risen high above the surrounding areas. Means the height of that particular area of the land is very high from the surrounding area. Then on the mountain there is a low temperature, because it's a rule, as the height increases the temperature falls. Therefore mountainous regions have a cool climate most of the time. And in case of very high mountains, peaks remain covered with snow around the year. See, you know that in our country India, at the north side there is a boundary of the mountains, and that mountains are covered by, or in that mountains they include the three mountains. They are Himalayas, Karakoram, not mountains actually, they are the hill ranges in the northeast. So the first we'll see about the Himalayan mountains. The Himalayas is majestic mountain range. What is meant by majestic? Majestic means it's very famous for their beauty and size. Yes, like this. Majestic range. It is the highest and one of the longest mountain ranges in the world. In the world, it is very highest and longest mountain range. It extends for about 2,400 km from east to west, and its width varies from 400 km in Kashmir to 150 km in the northeast. In India, it stretches in a curve from Jammu and Kashmir in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. So see the exact location of Himalayan mountains and how it spreads. thus spreading India and China through a natural boundary. So some of the highest peaks in the world are in the Himalayas. See, actually Himalayan mountains are very highest and largest mountain in the world. So with this, there are some highest peak in the world which lies in Himalayas. They are, first one, Everest. What is the height of it? 8,848 meter, and exact location is Nepal. Then K2, 8,611 meters, location is Pakistan. And then Kanchenjunga, 8,586 meter, where it is in India. So these are the three highest peaks in the world which are in Himalayas. The Himalayas are divided into three parallel ranges. The first one is the Greater Himalayas, called Himadri, has an average height of 6,000 meter and is the highest range in the Himalayas. See here? See, it is the picture of Mount Everest in the Himadri region, is the highest peak in the world. Then the second is the Middle or Lesser Himalayas, called Himachal, lies to the south of the Himadri and has an average height of 4,500 meter. So below this Greater Himalayas, there is a Middle or Lesser Himalayas called Himachal. So the Greater Himalayas called Himadri, Middle or Lesser Himalayas called Himachal. And the third one is the Outer Himalayas, or the southernmost range of the Himalayas, are known as the Shivaliks. The average height here is less than 1,200 meter. So in this way, our Himalayan mountains are divided into these three mountain ranges: Himadri, Himachal and Shivalik. So we'll see some information about it. The first one is the Greater Himalayas. The Greater Himalayas or Himadri is the northernmost and highest range of the Himalayas. The peaks are permanently covered with snow. Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world, lies in this range in Nepal. Kanchenjunga, Nanda Devi and Nanga Parbat are the highest peak of the Greater Himalayas in India. See here, in Greater Himalayas, all the peaks are covered with snow all the time throughout the year. And Mount Everest, which is the highest peak in the world, it comes in the Greater Himalayan ranges also in Nepal. Then Kanchenjunga, Nanda Devi and Nanga Parbat are the highest peak of the Greater Himalayas, which are there in India. But the Mount Everest in the Nepal. The temperature remain very low throughout the year and cultivation is not possible at such a height. Thus, this area is not fit for human settlement. Yes, student, most of the area is always covered by the snow. That is why it is not possible for us to live there. Why? Because the temperature is always low and cultivation is also not possible because of such climate. That is why this area is not fit for human settlement. Now, the Middle or the Lesser Himalayas, that is Himachal. This range lies between Himadri and the Shivalik ranges. It is exactly middle of these both, Himadri and Shivalik ranges. The mountains here are not as high and the temperature are not as low as in the Himadri range. The peaks are not that much high and temperature is also not that much low, just like Himadri range. Rohtang Pass is a high mountain pass in this range that connects the Kulu Valley with Lahaul and Spiti Valley of Himachal Pradesh. Once again, Rohtang Pass is a high mountain pass in this range that connects the Kulu Valley with the Lahaul and Spiti Valley of Himachal Pradesh. This range has cold winters and mild summer. The mountain slopes are covered by dense forest of pine, oak, deodar and fir, which provide forest products like wood, fodder and fuel. The hill slopes are used for practicing terrace farming. See, the middle Himalayan ranges or the Himachal range are used for terrace farming, and the mountain slopes are covered by dense forest of pine, oak, deodar and fir trees, which provide forest product like wood, fodder and fuel. Fruit orchards and tea plantation are present in this region. Tea plantation also we can see there. Therefore, unlike the greater Himalayas and the lesser Himalayas are well populated. See, here is the image of terrace farming and this one is the tea plantation. In this way, the terrace farming and tea plantation is there in the Himachal mountain ranges. Then many popular valleys like valleys of Kulu, Kangra and Kashmir and hill stations like Mussoorie, Shimla, Nainital and Darjeeling are located in this region. That is why this area is well populated. Then the third one mountain range is the lower Himalayas, that is Shivaliks. The Shivaliks or the outer Himalayas is the southernmost of the lowest range of the Himalayas. Shivaliks is known for the presence of a special scenic valley called dunes. For example, Dehradun, Patti Dune, Kotri Dune and Pinjore Dune. The hills in this region are covered with dense forest and inhabited by rich wildlife. Its slopes are used for cattle rearing and growing crops like rice, potato and maize. It means we can see the rich wildlife here because of the dense forest, and that slopes are there on the mountains. They are used for cattle rearing and growing crops like rice, potato and maize. It means farming is going on in that area for the potato, maize and rice. Do you know one thing? The Shivalik Hills, it's said to be a storehouse of timber. Yes, we can find the timber in much amount in Shivalik Hills. In North India, this range marks the end of mountain and beginning of plains. In between them lies the Terai, which is the dense marshy land. On that land, crops like rice, wheat and sugarcane are mainly cultivated here. So that is why it is called as lower or Shivaliks mountain range of Himalayas. Okay, so discuss these three questions with your parents. Why the Himalayan ranges is full of conical shaped trees like pine, spruce and fir? Why it is like that? Like this type of tree we can find there? Because the most of the region of Himalayan mountains we can see only the snowfall. And the trees are there which are conical in shape because the snow will fall down. Second thing, mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders while climbing high mountains. Because we know that as the height increases, the temperature becomes low. So it will be easy for the mountaineers for the breathing, they carry the oxygen cylinders with them. And Himalayan rivers are perennial in nature. Perennial means the rivers which last for a long time. Why it is like this? Because the Himalayan rivers always get the water from the snow. Why? Because Himalayan mountain range covered with the snow most of the time. So that is why the river from the Himalayan mountain range are known as perennial in nature. So the importance of Himalayas and the lifestyle in Himalayas will continue in the next period. Thank you.